Do you want to live a life of freedom and adventure? Are you wanting more than the daily grind? Me too. Welcome to the EMMA LOVELL Show, a place where we talk about living a life you love now. I'm your host, Emma Lovell, and my number one value is freedom. I've spent the last 14 years running a business and traveling the world, and now I take my husband and toddler along for the adventure too. It's possible, and I know you can create a life doing what you truly love as well. This podcast will inspire, motivate, and encourage you to go after your dreams, to create a life you love and to live it now, not wait for retirement or someday in the future. I'll be sharing episodes weekly about how I harmonize business, travel, and self-care. I'll also bring on incredible guests to share their journeys, the wins, the challenges, and how they're creating a life they love. Let's jump in and get dreaming. This is a space for you to manifest a life you love. I would like to acknowledge and recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as the first peoples of this place, now known as Australia. I am grateful for the continuing care of the land, waterways and skies where I work, live, listen, learn and play. From here on Yugambeh country and from wherever you are listening, I pay my respects to the elders past and present.
Namaste from India. I am Emma Lovell and you are on the EMMA LOVELL Show live from India, from Jodhpur in India, Rajasthan, the most beautiful, colourful state, though India is very diverse and dynamic. So I've just finished 9 days travelling across Rajasthan. So we flew from Delhi to Udaipur. We drove through an incredibly unique property called Narlai, stayed at the incredible Rawla Narlai, which is just a unique property. And now we're in Jodhpur and flying back to Delhi today. So I just wanted to do a quick little podcast. I missed a week last week. Life happens. And I just wanted to share a little bit of what I'm doing here, why I'm here. If you're listening to this one, you're going to hear water sounds, you're going to hear Indian music sounds, you're going to hear bird sounds, because I wanted this one to be as lively and as colourful as India is. And don't mind me, I've put this on I'm literally sitting on the ground, which just feels very Indian as well. I'm wearing a salwar kameez type outfit. I'm really wanted to get all of my India in. So if you don't already know, I love India and I've been here 18 times. I first came in 2005 when I was 17, and it was a really special trip because this time we went back to Udaipur, which is where I fell in love with India. And to get to share that with my wonderful client, colleague, friend, personal trainer, Nikki Ellis from Cinch Training was a joy. So this trip is actually for a speaking gig. I'm speaking at the MRO South Asia conference tomorrow. It's in Delhi. It's the second largest exhibition for maintenance, repair and operations for civil and military aviation in the world. I know the founder. He asked me last year, would you come and MC the conference? So I did, and it was a wonderful 2 days. And so he said, here's the dates for next year. See you then. So I knew that this one was booked in for over a year. But initially I thought I would come a little bit earlier. And then I decided to offer a tour for retreat hosts. And so I created an itinerary. No one was able to come on that. So I then was like, well, I'll just hang out in India. Maybe I will go to see some new properties. I might work on my new book. Not sure. We'll see. And then Nikki actually asked me a couple of times, like, so you're going to India? You're going to India again, right? And I was like, why are you coming? Sort of like, haha, are you coming? And she said, well, can I? And it was just such a surprise and delight because she was only here in November with me on my Pleasure Life retreat. So she had booked in for Nepal and we had to move it to India. So she got to experience India, and you know what? She fell in love with it as well and just took the opportunity to come back. So we created a program which turns out has been basically, actually, funnily enough, what my original intention was, which was to show retreat hosts what's possible in India, because Nikki is seriously considering running a wellbeing retreat now because she has amazing clients, personal training clients, and it's not just about lifting weights. Like, she's all about the strength, all about the training, but it's also about your lifestyle, and it's also about your health and your vitality and about your overall well-being. And she's such a great trainer in that respect, because she doesn't just go like lift weights, eat protein. She's my personal trainer, my virtual trainer, and she really helps you to stay accountable and really helps you to, sorry, I've got caught on my sequin. This is the casualty of fabulous outfits, and I don't want to ruin my outfit. So this is really like a in the moment episode. But, India is actually a wonderful place for wellness and for self-care. They're really good at taking rest. They work very hard. They work long hours, but they also rest well. And they have these incredible, luxurious properties that have such wonderful service, such wonderful facilities like pools and spas. And some of them do have more like nutritious eating, but you can't help but focus on your well-being when you're such a place that helps you to breathe deeply and to reconnect to your soul. So it ended up that the places that we went, Nikki was like, I guess I could see myself running something here. So watch this space. But if nothing else, we had an incredible time of resting for ourselves, practicing self-care, enjoying the beauty of India. And that's been such a joy of sharing with Nikki, because she really appreciates beauty and really appreciates the service and the delivery here. And her awe and wonder and inspiration is just infectious. And everything that she says she's experiencing about India is what I've always experienced about India. The hospitality, the incredible like moments of surprise and delight that you just can't even imagine are possible. Turning around on a rooftop and there's the fort lit up over Jodhpur, going through the city on a tuk-tuk and then finding these beautiful blue walls, because they nickname it the Blue City. Going on a lake ride to the party palace of the king in Udaipur, just magnificent. And then Narlai deserves an entire podcast episode. The Rawla Narlai are just doing something completely different to anything that I've seen for a long time. And they have this stepwell dinner that is just remarkable and amazing and incredible and breathtaking and fully immersive in culture. So it's been a wonderful trip. I'm missing my husband and my son. And what I wanted to share on this episode a little bit was like, how do I do it? I think people are always asking, like, how are you there again? Bless me. I choose to be here. That's how I'm here again. And this has to be a short episode because I literally am off to the airport. So I just wanted to give a quick update. But, this is the year of the horse and it feels like it's already galloping off. And so we have to actively choose to make time for rest. And now with life getting all caught up, I could have actually just changed my flights, come here for the speaking, because that's what I'm being paid for. The rest is my partnership with Indusbound, and I can always be here generating business or creating business or meeting with partners. But I'm actually, that my actual job is the speaking. But I needed a bit of cup filling. I needed a bit of self-care. I needed a bit of inspiration. And so I kept the trip, and I'm so glad that I did, because it always, always helps to fill my cup to overflowing here. I feel like creative again. I feel inspired again. I feel caring as well as cared for. I think my self-compassion increases here, which means that I can have compassion for others. And you can't help but have compassion when you're just interacting with so many people of so many different levels here in India. But, it's always a challenge to leave my son. I miss him dearly. I'm missing my husband too. And I think this trip's been very romantic, which is quite funny. Nikki and I have talked about how romantic this trip is that we've been traveling on together, which is like, why can't you have a girls' trip that's, and do romantical things without being in a romantic relationship? Like, you can still be in a romantic setting and appreciate romance without having to have a partner. But we both have husbands, and it just made me feel like, oh, I remembered having these incredible experiences with him. How can we have those romantic vibes and those little moments that we got to share here again? So I feel, even though we're far apart, I feel very connected to my husband. I know that my son is completely cared for and taken care of. People are always asking, here they're a little bit surprised. where is your son? You have a child, but you're here. Because I have a wonderful husband who is completely capable and who knows that I'm better when my cup is topped up and that I have inspiration and that, I'm also here for work and that he is completely capable of taking care of our son. We have school now. We have amazing after and childcare, before and after care. And then we also have my father-in-law jumped at the chance to fly up and spent 9 days with his grandson. So he was doing before and after hangouts and weekend, because my husband does work on weekends sometimes. So they've had a boys' trip at home. They've had a boys' loving experience. They're just like hosing the grass behind me. And it's possible for me because I have support, because I have a loving husband who supports me. I have loving grandparents who are supportive. I have this team. I have a VA who is helping keep things moving in my business so I can just do a few hours here and there throughout the day. I did sit by the pool yesterday and do a big chunk of planning my newsletters for the week, reviewing socials for the week, and briefing my VAs this morning. So this is how I make it work. And if you would like to know more about that, I would definitely do more episodes. I do have to go and get a plane now, so I must say farewell. I wanted to give you that little update, but my message for this one is plan something. You don't have to fly all the way to India. I would love you to, and I would love to plan your trip for you with my partners Indus Bound. If you really need that sort of big inspiration and top up, but plan something little for yourself, like book a massage. And I shared this on my Rest and Receive newsletter, and I'll share a little bit more. I'll do a whole podcast on it because it was such a profound moment where the first thing to do when you get on a trip is to book a massage. Book the massage as soon as you get there, or go to the spa as soon as you get there. Book it ahead of time so it's ready for you, because it instantly relaxes you into the holiday. But don't have to wait for a holiday to go get your massage. Find a lovely spa near you. If all you have time for, and sometimes all I have time for, is the Chinese little shop inside the mall and just a 30-minute foot massage or a quick neck and shoulders, can just release and relieve so much. So if you're going on holiday, book the massage first thing. But even if you're home, if there's nothing else you do today, book yourself something nice to look forward to, something that's going to help you, or just pick up the keys, get in the car and go and do it now, because it will help you to feel more open, more connected, more inspired, rested, so that you can go out there and do whatever you need to do. I'm here to help you live your pleasure life, and wherever that might be and from wherever that is, I am wishing you health, wellness, happy and, goodness for your well-being. So namaste. Thank you for listening today to this eclectic live episode from India.
Thank you for listening, lovely one. I hope this has inspired you to dream big and start creating a life you love today. If you love what you're hearing, don't forget to follow and rate on Spotify, and rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. It helps other awesome people to find this podcast and get motivated and inspired as well. Want to stay connected? Come and join the Live a Life You Love group on Facebook, or connect with me on Instagram, emmalovell.au. The same as my website, but all the details are in the show notes, lovely. I'll see you next episode for more inspiration, motivation, and freedom seeking. Now go out there and live a life you love.